Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Consuming Shadow. You all know the drill by now. It just wouldn't be the fall season approaching Halloween if we didn't get in 2 runs of this game. Let's go ahead and get it started, shall we? I'm assuming you guys don't need me to explain the game whatsoever. This is going to a playlist where I've done this multiple times, so you can go ahead and watch some of the earlier videos there where I explain things in case this is new for you. And as usual, I like playing the Scholar. I really like the slow build-up towards the end as we get more power. Fighting the earlier creatures is easier, and yet it takes a long time to put together the puzzle as to who's invading. I very much like the Scholar. So, let's go ahead and do it. It has nothing to do with all the birth stars we get. I swear it actually doesn't. I really like the Scholar. Alright, so let's do it. Something made me check for patterns in the rooms. I don't know why, but I'm glad I did. A massive synchronization is coming, centered on Stonehenge, in roughly 60 hours. One hope remains. The ritual of banishment. 4 runes encanted at Stonehenge will close the gateway. The trouble is, I don't know what the ritual is. If I investigate the strange events heralding the shadow, maybe I could piece it together. That's all I have. A maybe. Alright. As usual, I also want to look at the challenge modes, but I don't intend to do any of this. What do we have here? What are the challenges? Play a standard game, that's where... Descent, those again. Oh, interesting. Well, we're not doing either of those. Forget it! Just little Scholar. We already read something like this. Let's begin our journey. Okay, we get 8 birth stars. Let's see what we have up here today. Ooh, we have car speed. Random spell. Wow! There's 4 in one area, huh? So let's grab 5 more miles per hour. 2. Well, you guys can read it here. You don't need me to say it. Put 1 birth star right there. Another birth star over there. Wonder if you take like 100... you can't get 100 more miles per hour. You can get, looks like, probably close to 25 more miles per hour for your car. What else do we have around here? We have a priest. That's research. We'll drop a star on research. Sure, why not? And we have max health over here, so let's grab some of that. We can't get anything in between those 2 stars, or those 2 constellations. And then we have 4 stars left. Let's grab, like, put 1 star in the center of each of these. We have 1 star left, so we should grab another bit of everything, right? So let's go ahead and take this one. The random spell chance increase is nice with the Magician increasing your, the Lion giving you more sanity. Can we get some more of that? Let's put something here. Alright, here we go. More health, more sanity, 20 more miles per hour on our car. Wow, we're driving a hot rod this time around. Better chance of getting spells, lots more melee damage, 58%, and a little more research. You have received a text from the Ministry of Occultism. Cursed towns are the best place to find what you're looking for. Kidchester would probably be your best bet to start. Alright, well then, let's go to Kidchester, right next door. Nothing like a quick drive over to start the series. And particularly, starting with combat immediately. Alright, in we go. I'm immediately suspicious of the geniality of the people this town display. There is a hollowness to their attitude that belies a combination of entrancement and evangelism. Some unaffected ones pull me aside and warn me off. Many have been taken, they say, and return changed. I hear disquieting tales of physical transformations concealed behind clothing and cosmetics. Everything points to some kind of evil consciousness, a dark, controlling presence, buried somewhere out of sight, puppeting and perverting. One of the untainted townspeople has revealed to me that the possessed ones are constantly drifting off to meet at a rundown former community center off the beaten track, often dressed in their finest former gear. My informant's helpfulness dries up quickly when I suggest he join me to investigate. The reaction was telling, despite being entirely expected. Find and exterminate the large creature bewitching this town. Oh, man. Alright. Interestingly, the doors are broken inwards. Something forced its way in here at some point. Too early for us to use lockpicks. Too early for us to use lockpicks. Hello, locker. The walls of the cave were absolutely covered in the rune commonly pronounced as U, each one daubed on in a chalky red paint by what I sincerely hope were human fingers. The rune U is associated with the color red. Okay, there we go. Our first hint. Looks like it's... Oh, this wall is towards our left, which is why it's a little translucent. Alright, but we're not going that way. I found a set of keys. These should make exploration easier. I found a very old 9mm ammunition box with 3 bullets remaining. A shame, we're all filled up on that ammo. That's the thing we're supposed to kill. We're going to leave it there and come back for it. Nothing but an old body armor, but maybe it could prove useful. Nice. Halves physical damage. Very nice, especially because we have all that extra melee damage. I will be wanting to get up into things' faces. We're gonna go fight the... Actually, I guess we fight the monster now. Let's do it. Almost did it flawlessly. Shozo doesn't appear to be able to physically survive in our universe. The threat it poses to us is very real, but thankfully, indirect. Shozo is not the invading god, or Sho. Not invader is what we know so far. But it might be that. So let's do this. Okay. Nothing left for me here. I can escape now by the same way I came in. Help! I've been imprisoned by the cult of Sho. They locked me in a filthy oubliette. I can hear them cursing some enemy god, chanting B'tai, I think. They're killing people up there. Sho is an enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune, so that would mean he's not this. Oh, okay, well, we accidentally left, so we take a little bit of sanity loss. We also picked up anxiety because we did that. Oh, come on, Tim. Come on. Return to the car. Yes, that was embarrassing right there at the very end. The townsfolk are not immediately better off with the extermination of the creature behind their enslavement. There have been several murders and suicides already as the memories of their actions return. The best thing I can do for them now is leave them to heal. Well, the first thing we're going to do is use our own med kit to heal. And then we head on off to the next place. We definitely want to keep the body armor on. Alright. Well, Sorrow's closer than Almston, so we go there next. You received a text from the Ministry of Occultism. I've got some sightings of enemy minions in Saxing that need exterminating. Do it or don't, but if you don't, the town won't be safe for long. We could, by the way, let the town fall, in which case it becomes a place we can hunt down information from. Where is Saxton? Right over here. But if we go there and do a small battle, we will be rewarded with money. So I think I wouldn't mind having some starting cash. So we'll try to save the town instead of letting it fall. But I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there? Okay. And this town is not possessed because we don't have the fog spreading across the roadway here. Let's head in. Maybe we can afford some sort of starting piece of equipment. I feel quite buoyed by the clean air here, and the people are friendly enough. It can only be a matter of time before they catch the Shadow's attention. Find supplies. I have lost another precious hour, but I finally found a black market dealer willing to take my money. Alright, set of skateboarder pads, $9. Prevents broken limbs. Alright, let's head on over to Saxton. You've received a text from a family member. We'll open that up. Daddy? Could you come back, please? Grandma is really mean and she hurts us. We want to go home. Lost sanity. As I stop briefly at a junction, a harassed-looking young man in rumpled clothing runs to my window and pleads for a ride between labored breaths. He says there are dark forces at work in one of the safe towns, and it's vitally important he gets there. His hand is nervously rattling at my passenger side door handle, which I have been shrewdly keeping locked. Let's let him in. The man almost collapses with gratitude in my passenger seat and asks me to head off to Hobbley, stressing the absolute importance we get there in time. Well, we're right here at Saxting, so we need to do this first. As soon as I arrive, I see creatures of the shadow infesting the streets, attacking wantonly. The people are making a valiant effort to fight them off, but the struggle could go either way. I'm prepared to lend my effort to the resistance. Oh, what the heck? Stay. That was an awful beginning of that area. Wow, immediately being spat at. Thankfully, my small contribution has been enough to turn the tide, and I am able to give advice on future defense. The local authorities are grateful, and when I none too discreetly mentioned the posted reward, seem happy to pay it promptly. The atmosphere here, as the news has spread of the darkness infecting The atmosphere is tense here, as news has spread of the darkness infecting neighboring towns. Besides that, I cannot sense the Shadow's influence for now. Let's return to the car. We'll heal a little bit more, so we took some damage there. And Hobbley is far away. So we will need to make a beeline there. Law Hill, Birdchurch, and Hobbley if you want to get there in time. That's also cut straight through the center of the map. Normally I like bouncing back and forth, but I don't think I've ever done this quest this way before. So we'll get there as fast as we can. Maybe actually go to Forholm first and then Birdchurch if we're allowed to. Let's do it. We do have a fast car, so we should be able to make it there. Infested by the Shadow. We should also stop by every place infested. Or every single town, we should deal with whatever's in it. So we will do this now, too. The town is suffering under the infestation of small, scuttling creatures. Too large to be rats, not to mention too aggressive and too organized. It is clear that this is only the beginning of something terrible. I feel that it won't be long before these creatures grow larger and bolder, or someone gets some monstrous infection from a scratch. I must root out the nest before it reaches that point. Several witnesses pointed me to a grammar school, which was the first building to be shut down for infestation. But the place is secure enough that I doubt the creatures could be spawning there unnoticed. However, the school records led me to a teenager who had been working on some kind of science project. He lived with his parents in a nearby suburb, smack in the middle of an evacuated zone. Their house may be worth investigating. Oh, nest. Alright. I'm gonna be guarded. I found a set of keys. Alright, that's good. No lockpicks required for the rest of this. Worshippers consider it a grave insult to draw Baryla's symbol in red, as this is the color associated with one of their oldest and bitterest rivals among the ancients. Baryla hates the god associated with the color red. Notes. Table. So we know Baryla is here. And not red. And Chozo was an enemy of a god. An enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune. So we know BTI is present, and it's not shows. So we know this is probably true. Ooze red. Sho is not the invading god, but it might be the invading god's ally. Sho is an enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune. Baryla hates the god associated with the color red. Baryla hates red. You hate BTI. I feel like I should be able to piece together which of these is the invader by now, based on these 4 clues. Is that correct? Sho is not invading. Sho hates the BTI. Baryla hates red. I'll just leave it alone at the moment. Uh-oh, that might have been a mistake. We're okay. When written together, the syllables "ukis" seem to take on the meaning of "to open what is tightly shut." Perhaps some kind of psychological metaphor. It's a spell. It would be interesting if we can get through one of these without encountering a single creature. But I doubt it. I found an ancient 9mm pistol with 2 usable bullets in the clip, except for the 2 we used earlier. This is where the nest is located. Oh, 10 years so long. Has it really been that long? You don't remember any of this? 3 armor-piercing bullets, perhaps left over from some kind of police operation. A dented old cash box containing 3 pounds. Baryla has no particular interest in our realm. It seems to consider us unworthy of any action, good or bad, insofar as we can understand the motivations of such a creature. Baryla is not the invading god. So then we know who the invader is, and we know what rune it is. So there we go. Sho's not the invading god. Baryla's not the invading god. Sho hates BTI, which means BTI is present. Baryla hates the god associated with red, and is not the invader. Yeah, so we know the rune. It's you. We could probably beat the game right now. In fact, if we get more ammo, I think we'll do exactly that. Make a beeline right for Stonehenge and do it in less than a day. There's nothing of importance left to do in this place. The longer I stay, the more time I lose. Ooh, a rune. Ooh, that was... How do I cast spells again? Tab. It's upside down, BTI. The rune upon the wall seemed to respond to the invocation, and I felt an inexplicable ease on my mind to recover a little bit of sanity. Oop, that's the wrong way. We want to go up. I see you. Check all the doors. It's early enough, we can afford to do this. I found a discarded wallet containing 4 pounds. A dusty military flashlight that isn't completely beyond salvage. Always, it's a questionable move to use the flashlight, because having less vision means you don't bump into spawns that can avoid them. But we will equip it. And even with 50% extra melee damage, it still takes 4 hits to kill one of those. 2 unfired hollow point rounds. Alright, we're done. The creatures still infest every crack and shadow of the town, but I have ensured they will no longer breed. A combined effort by the locals will be enough to exterminate the remainder. I can move on now. Took a little bit of damage, so we'll heal. Okay, let's set our destination to Burchurch. Go, go. You received a text from a family member. We'll open all family member texts. I don't know where you are or what you're doing, but I know it's important to you. I borrowed you 4 pounds from our savings. I hope it helps. I mean, this game was made many, many, many years ago now, right? 12 years ago. But imagine getting a call from, like, your older brother, and he tells you, hey, just want to let you know, I sent you $3. Alright. Thanks. Then again, a bullet is like $1 in this game, so I guess I can't complain that much. Do we go into Burchurch? Let's look at our notes really quick. Do we need to do this? Sho is not the invading god. One more time. Sho is not the invader. So we know who the invader is. We know absolutely who the invader is. Sho is an enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune. And we know we have BTI and U. U is associated with red. Barila. Sho. Oh! Ah! Do we know Sho isn't red U? Do we know that, Tim? Sho is an enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune. We know he's not BTI. No, you know, we don't. I can't make this. I can't do this yet. Well, no, he's not. Well, he's not the invader, but that doesn't mean God 1 is red U. That could be Sho? The rune U is with the color red. Alright, we know that. Sho is an enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune. Barila hates the god associated with red. Barila could be red U2, right? Yeah, it could be. It could be. Okay, we do have to get a little more information. Sho is an enemy of the god identified by BTI, which is not EU. And Barila hates the god associated with the color red. Doesn't like EU, doesn't like BTI. No, we need more information. We need more information about the runes. Okay, we need more information, so in we go. At first, I was ready to declare this town to be unblemished, but it only took a scratching of the surface to see through it. In response to my questioning, a few residents have seemed ready to give an urgent account, only think better of it, or be shushed into silence by another. A number of anonymous notes have been passed to me by various means, some demanding I leave, some revealing details that sicken my soul. This is a town paralyzed by an omnipresent darkness, grown quietly and under everybody's feet, like a fungus. On a hunch, I moved past the facade and explored the lower-income neighborhoods. Finally, in a narrow alleyway, I found a young woman in a state of distress. Between whimpers, she spoke of having been captured by a cult based in an old church deep in the industrial district. With mutilated hands, she gestured in the direction of the building and begged me to find if there is anything left of her friend, captured the same day as her. I cannot in good conscience refuse. The BTI rune has been inscribed on the wall here in purple, upside down. So that tells me the color purple is someplace here. And it's not this color. As I invoked the rune, I felt a wave of answering energy from the wall. There was a wave of recognition I found strangely reassuring. You know what just occurred to me, viewer? We don't know the banishment ritual, so we can't go to Stonehenge. I would have showed up there like, I know who the invading god is, and that would have been a mistake. And then I would have reached that one room and be like, oh wait, what's the spell? So, I'm glad I changed my mind now. For some reason, a perfectly functional lockpick has been left here. Perhaps we recovered later. There's something in that room, so we go back. I found a set of keys. Good, good. I found 2 unfired hollow point bullets that appear to have been hastily concealed here. In the corpse of the creature. I have been a prisoner of the cult of Yushag for some weeks. There's some other god they're trying to appease. They keep chanting, "Ooh, ooh, ooh. Please send help." Yushag is allied with the god identified by the U rune. Baryla hates the god associated with the color red, which is U. Yushag is allied with U. So that would mean Baryla is this one more time? No, Baryla hates the god associated with the colored red. Alright, hold on a second here. Baryla hates the color red. I mean, you should leave purple up here. You've seen purple. Shozo is also an enemy of the god associated with the BTI rune. Yushag is allied with the god identified by the EU rune. So is this right? Baryla and Shozo aren't invading, so that would mean it has to. So Yushag is the invading god. Yushag is allied with the EU rune god, and is can't be BTI. Because Yushag is allied with a god with the EU rune, which is Sho. But Sho hates a god identified by the BTI rune, which can't be this. So that means Baryla has to be BTI. Sho is an enemy of the god identified by the BTI rune. Sho is an enemy of this. Okay, I think this is now correct, so I'm going to mark these off. Okay, so the invader was actually Yushag, whose rune we do not know yet. Did we do this already? Okay. For some reason, a perfectly functional lockpick has been left here. Any reason there's something in that room? Oh, there was something in the room we just entered, but we didn't activate it, so we don't get penalized. In the language of the ancients, the name Baryla is often identified with a symbol resembling a tree branch, with a dot between the branches. Baryla is identified by the BTI rune. Okay, so we got that correct. Good. Sorry, viewer. I spent a lot of time thinking about how to puzzle this out with the fewest clues possible. Showing off that I don't need to get every single clue. But that's bitten me in the past. Three 9mm rounds. Very nice. We'll switch to those. I have found what remains of the person I was sent to find. There's nothing I can do to help them, except get out of here and break the bad news. Nothing left for me here. I can escape now by the same way I came in. There's a wraith here. We can't do anything about it. Thankfully, we don't suffer any sanity loss running from a hunter. The news of the death did not, it seems, come entirely unexpected to the poor soul waiting for my return. But they seemed to appreciate my efforts. As I made my excuses, they pressed a wallet into my hands, explaining that it had been left behind by a previous visiting occult investigator. The syllable Shim had many uses in the language of the ancients, most notably as the third symbol of a notorious dispel, purported to be powerful enough to banish a god. Alright, the first rune is now known. We took no damage in there, holy crap! We have plenty of time to get the Hobbly. Let's do it. We received a text from the Ministry of Occultism. I've got sightings of enemy minions in Waterhope that need exterminating. Do it or don't, but if you don't, the town won't be safe for long. Where is that? Okay, we can go there after Hobbly. My attention has been drawn to a small hardware and general supply shop. The owners are selling off their stock quickly in order to move somewhere safe. So most of the good stuff was taken. My eye was drawn, however, to a serviceable bottle of tranquilizers on sale for just 12 pounds. Nah, we don't need tranquilizers. We'll decline. They help get rid of anxiety, which is when it affects you, makes your shots a bit unstable. I don't need to worry about that, though. It also fades normally, or naturally, over time. We were affected by it, for example, and we are no longer affected by it. Right, let's enter the town. Something seems off about my passenger as he steps out of the car without saying a word. A strange stiffness to his movements. On a hunch, I follow him, and he leads me to a part of the town that virtually drips with foreboding. He meets with an indistinct entity under a hooded robe, and both vanish. Whatever my passenger's mission was, I suspect the Shadow's influence has subjugated it. It falls to me, then, to conclude this matter. Well, we brought the creature here, so now we get to kill it. Let's use a lockpick. Okay, that's what I expected. Always a small chance they might work. Generally, you hoard your lockpicks to the very end, because the chance to pick a lock is miserable. Unless you get a star that helps with your lockpick attempts. We do know a spell to get us in there. But I don't like that creature. We're gonna leave and come back. Someone left their keyring here. Okay. But we're gonna full explore the place. This is the one, Billy. This'll show the other kids not to pick on us anymore. You just need to have to remember to chant it when they're very close by or it won't work. Yubitai. That's a damaging spell. Fine, every one of them. We'll get hit by every one of them. I call this one the healing touch. It can just about ease pains and close cuts, but I'd still recommend the natural health over it. Ang Shim. Oh, I didn't really care about that. I mean, spells are nice and all, but I'd rather have more information about... Well, technically, the final ritual is a spell. Maybe, though, we can find some other information in the rooms locked to us. Dear Meg, my teenager has been reading some very strange books lately, and has suddenly announced an intention to paint their bedroom red, describing it as the color of pain. Should I be concerned? He's right. I believe it is. Was red pain red's anger? Oh, come on now. I hate this one the most. Normally I'm awful at the timing of that. The animosity is rooted in the suffering reported endured by a worshipper of Yushag while captured by the cult of Barila. Barila worshippers seem to tell the story the other way around. Yushag appears to be the enemy of the god Barila. Yep, we knew that already. £4? Need to find a safe town to spend all this stuff. I emerged to find the town still slumbering peacefully, unaware of how narrowly it escaped subjugation by nightmares. It's a small thanks, but for now, I think, sufficient. I feel quite buoyed by the clean air here, and the people are friendly enough. It can only be a matter of time before they catch the shadow's attention. I forgot, we brought the thing here. Really quick, we're gonna heal first. We still don't need to pick up on the heal kit. So let's come back to the town. Find supplies. I lost another precious hour, but I finally found a black market dealer willing to take my money. Only $1? 4 normal bullets. We'll purchase 5 of those. And 2 armor-piercing rounds. I believe every single thing you can purchase also can be used in a certain event if it shows up. I don't know what the shoulder stock would be used in for an event. It's only $6 though. I'll purchase it. And then, Tim, do you want to equip it instead of the flashlight? We'll do that. Let's do 2 more, viewer, then we'll call it a session. So let's go to Waterhope first to stop the creatures from taking the town, and we'll get some more cash for doing so. It doesn't feel like the miles per hour really matter. We have 20 more miles per hour. It still takes about the same an hour to go 40 miles in the game. I've never noticed the speed really mattering much for my playing of this game. I'm probably horrifically wrong though. As soon as I arrive, I see creatures of the shadow infesting the streets, attacking wantonly. Alright, we've read that already. Let's do this again. Screw you! Thank you, my small contribution after it died. 15 bucks. Same as last time. Alright, let's return to the car. I think we now do need to buy a new heal kit. Yeah, we're down to 18%. So let's do that. Back to the town. Visit a hospital. Refilled the med kit for 15 bucks, which effectively was what we just earned. Return to the car. And we'll go to Stone's Gate. We ignore all unknown numbers. Alright, let's head on in. The shadow's insidious influence is thick on the ground here. The few people I see walk in a quick, startled pace, often bearing an eerie paleness and hostile eyes. Suspicious looks bore into me from the shadows and open doors and windows. It would be tempting to completely write it off, but with a little investigation, I found that at least one resin offered resistance. Runic symbols associated with ideas like protection and warding have been messily daubed onto walls in a way that seems to mark a path. Somebody saw this coming. But who? Following the trail of protective wards, I have located what I believe to be the home of the artist. The entrance was absolutely plastered in seals, daubed in a mixture of bodily fluids. The place was deserted and everything useful had been taken. I pray that the owner has merely found a safer home. Scraps of discarded journal indicate the source of the wards, an old book in the arcane languages, which has been hurriedly stored in a creaking private residence in the rich suburbs. Perhaps I could recover it before someone or something does so first. So another spell we'll earn here. Ooh. This poor devil used his last moments to paint a message on the floor with his own blood. Open only the box bearing the symbol of show, which is U. The walls of the cave were absolutely covered in the rune commonly pronounced as Kuz, each one daubed on in a chalky purple paint by what I sincerely hope are human fingers. Oh. Purple is Kiz. That would make sense. This was a mistake. If the invader... So we saw the BTI rune upside down before. And so that means and drawn purple and red, which means that the actual color for this is neither of those colors. So that was a mistake leaving purple. I've made lots of mistakes here so far, viewer. Thank goodness for these clues. I have not been intelligent at all about the guessing here. As a strategy, I generally always take a door the moment I reach it, and then decide if I'm going to still explore the remainder of that room if it turns yellow, which indicates there's something in that room we can pick up. 3 armor-piercing rounds. Nice, we're all filled up on those. The carving dates back to at least 6000 BC and depicts Yushag defeating and casting out a figure labeled the God of Disease. It appears to have been invented as an insult to a rival faith. Yushag is an enemy of the God of Disease, so that would be Baryla. Or Baryla. The battle turned instantly upon the invocation of Kyuzu Butai. Some of the enemies spat up blood, some writhed in pain, some simply dropped. Their conditions only had one thing in common. They all died. Circle of death, mass death. So this is close-ranged insta-kill. This is, I guess, long-range insta-kill. Set of keys. Do we dare explore all the way here to the left? We'll do it. Oh, there's something in this room which might be. It is it's red. It is not the ooh rune though. That's Kiz. Show is red, but that's the wrong rune, right? That's Kiz. We want ooh. So that's not the right rune. I'm assuming it's the rune we want, not the color. Ooh, you're a giant one that I just ran into. Find a dusty pentagram necklace that isn't completely beyond salvage. This lets me cast spells. Have sanity lost from spellcasting. Let's use... Oh, no, please. Please, please. Alright, there we go. That is BTI. Also the wrong rune. Also in red. There's a corpse here. They lie curled up, still clutching at themselves as if something was eating away at them from the inside. Pain or disease. Disease, probably. I've been in there, that situation, viewer. I'll have to share a nightmare with you guys in the next episode that I had repeatedly as a child, which is thematic for disease. This is the thing we want. Oops, did nothing. In the case of a 4-rune incantation, the last rune denotes the recipient of the spell. In the banishment ritual, for example, it would be the rune of the creature being banished. Nothing left for me here. I can escape now by the same way I came in. Oh, alright, we're running. The sound indicates a hunter. Oh, it entered the room we were in. We're out of here. Goodbye. Let's get out. The town is lost to the shadow, and nothing I could have done can change that. But perhaps, with what I've recovered here, this will finally be the last. Took a tiny bit of damage there, but not too bad. Well, viewer, do we do one more? Let's go to one more town, and then we'll call this session. How's that? So, let's go to Goreworth next. I am greeted with a startling scene in the middle of the road. A large man clutching a large and vicious kitchen knife stands over a terrified woman, apparently his spouse. He announces that he is convinced that she is possessed by the darkness. Something I cannot verify from where I stand. He moves to stab her through the heart. I have only seconds to act, inspect the wife. I have more experience with the shadow than most, and I do not sense a speck of it on the woman. I yell this conclusion, and can apparently sound quite authoritative when I put my mind to it. The husband drops his arms, and then the knife, convinced. The woman is quick to forgive, and in gratitude gifts me with one of the bracelets of her wrist. It looks to be worth about 11 pounds in gold. Oh wow, we chose the correct thing there. That's rare for me. We didn't have the vest, which lets us win that encounter without needing to make that choice. I'm going to guess that the correct result is a 50-50 and changes. Like, it determines what it is when you have the encounter, but what we chose could have been the wrong answer, for example, right? And this town's safe. Let's head on in. The atmosphere is tense here, as news has spread of the darkness infecting neighboring towns. Besides that, I cannot sense the shadow's influence. For now. Do we find more supplies? We don't... Do we need supplies? How's our bullets? We could use hollow points, but there's no guarantee they're for sale here. I don't feel like we need any other items either. We have 3 decent ones already, so I guess we'll just skip. We'll set our next destination. We'll go to Law Hill now, and we'll do this type of long sweep. But we'll go to Law Hill in the next episode, everyone. And we'll be attempting to beat this particular run in the next episode, too. Unless when I cut the recording in just a few seconds, I discover this is like only 40-something minutes, in which case, well, we'll do another location. If that's not the case, though, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.